Alrighty, hello everybody. Hello. Welcome everyone. I hope everyone is well. I hope I find you all in a good mood and that today is a good day for you. How about that? How about those well wishes, huh? Today is Saturday. So that's good. It's the weekend. It's January 26, 2019. What is up, everyone? Phil here live on the stream. My first of two gameplay streams for today. And today, the survival horror madness continues, okay? So here's the deal. After over a year of waiting, yesterday, I began my first survival horror playthrough in quite some time with Resident Evil 2, the 2019 modernized remake. And man, it wasn't for the faint of heart. Let's be honest here. For those of you who were here live yesterday, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I decided to play the game on hardcore difficulty. Okay? Now, why did I do this? I did this for a couple reasons. The first was because I played this game before. I played it when it was a new game, and I also played it just a few years ago. I did a full playthrough of both the Leon and the Claire side runs. So I said, you know, it wouldn't be too challenging for me to maybe go a step further than the standard difficulty. Number two, people were actually complaining that the game was too easy on standard difficulty. That they felt that it actually did not live up to the challenge of the original game due to the fact that the game has full auto-saving and does not employ the ink ribbon saving system of the classic game. Alright? So, between those two things, alright, I said, I'm going to challenge myself. Let's do hardcore. Let's see how this goes. You know, without knowing really what I was in store for. And, oh boy. So just to give you guys, if you did not see it, first of all, it is fully live on YouTube, and I need to clarify here. Alright. Why do I need to clarify that the playthrough so far is live on YouTube? Well, because YouTube screwed up overnight, as usual. For what I'm to understand, starting at 5 p.m. Yesterday, tons of videos did not properly show up on the site, period. Like, people uploaded videos, as usual, and they just don't show up anywhere. You don't see them on someone's channel page. You don't see them in your new videos feed. They're just like phantom videos. Alright? And that's YouTube's fault. YouTube is apparently aware of the situation. Probably doesn't have a fix for it, because they never do. They'll probably fix it moving forward, but probably won't fix the stuff that's screwed up. So for me, it's really annoying, but my playthrough of Resident Evil 2, Part 1, apparently never showed up for the standard viewer. You know, you go to my YouTube page, where is Part 1? I see Parts 2 through 6. The truth is that the video is live. There's nothing wrong with it at all. You can easily watch it. But what you need to do is not just go to the channel page and expect it to be there. You need to go to the playlist. Okay? The playlist is live. The playlist has been live since yesterday afternoon. And I always put my videos in playlists on YouTube. It baffles me that in 2019, people don't even understand playlist functionality. Like, I would probably almost never watch a one-off video on YouTube unless it just showed in, like, related results or whatever. If I'm going to watch a series of anything, a playthrough or whatever, you're got to use a playlist, right? So for me, it's kind of like people don't understand a playlist even exist. That's a little frustrating because every single video game playthrough I put into a playlist, and every playthrough I edit my channel page, DSPGaming, so youtube.com/DSPGaming. I edit the page every day to make sure that the latest playthrough is live on that page and in a playlist. So the truth of the matter is, guys, you shouldn't just rely on YouTube stupid sub-functioning and sub-feed to work. You shouldn't rely on any of that crap. You should just go to DSPGaming every day and just check and see what's new via the channel page. The channel page will always be updated and accurate for you because I go the extra mile. You know, a lot of other YouTubers don't do that. They just upload a video and just leave it, and they don't care. I always make sure everything is in line in a playlist, and I reorder the channel page every day to make sure that it's there for you live. All right. So that being said, the playthrough is live on YouTube, so if you have not gotten caught up with the, I don't even know what to call it, from yesterday, the grueling, painstaking gameplay, you should get caught up. Now, what happened during the hardcore playthrough? First of all, it certainly seems to me like there's more of a scarcity of ammo. Maybe I'm wrong here, but it seems to me like there is. Number two, the enemies, oh my god, they're all bullet sponges. Like the most basic zombie. You could shoot it in the face 8 to 9 times and it won't fucking die. It just keeps getting back up. And, you know, it's one thing if, okay, so you down the zombie, right? Alright, that's fine, I'll just walk by. No, if you down the zombie and it's not dead, it'll grab your foot, it'll bite you and give you damage. And it's like, this is pretty excessive at this point, that even, like, little enemies will just refuse to die. You know? I compare this to the absolutely hardest difficulty in Resident Evil 1, which is incredibly grueling. Like, you need to know everything about item management and placement and, you know, to beat Resident Evil 1 on the hardest difficulty. And that's pretty much what hardcore mode is on Resident Evil 2. I think a lot of people were not expecting that. They were just expecting, oh, hardcore will just implement the ink ribbon mechanics and that's it. Oh, fuck no. Like, fuck no. This game is tough, man. Alright? So I am getting through it, but basically by the skin of my teeth. Okay? So, you know, I'm running by zombies. I'm avoiding Mr. X. I'm dodging dogs. I'm doing my best to survive. Problem is, the other thing is, it seems that every enemy does a ton of damage. Like, just a glancing blow or a bite will do at least 50% damage to your health bar. I don't think there's been a hit I've taken that's done less than 50% damage to my health bar in the game so far. And the problem with that is, you know, the healing items, are they plentiful? I mean, at the beginning of the game they were, but now that I'm more than halfway through with Leon, they're not. Like, they're very scarce. And so it's like desperate struggle to try to get to a safe area or a safe room and finally find another herb or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's pretty damn tough. You know, one of the toughest things I think I've done recently in gaming. Is it the toughest thing I've ever done? I don't know. I guess we'll say by the end of the game. But I am going to tough it out. Now, here's the thing. Again, for those of you who maybe were not around yesterday. So, I'm basically about to leave the police station for the final time. This is the, you know, you go to the police station. You investigate it. You do the metal puzzle. You leave the police station to go to the underground garage and the underground cells. But then you need machine parts in order to get the cells to work. So then you got to leave the police station again, or leave the underground to go back to the police station again now that you have the crank. And this unlocks a whole new area of the police station. Okay. And then once you're done with that, and you get the other parts you need to fix the underground motor or whatever, then you leave the police station again to open the cells and get the key card to get out of the garage, and then that leads you into the nearly final part of the game. Okay. How do I know it's the final time? Because I've played Resident Evil 2 before. It's the same game. It's the same game. They just redesigned the puzzles and redesigned the look of the game, but it's the same game. So I remember. Okay. So we're going to see what happens today. I don't know how this is going to go, because here's the problem. I have 2 save points. At one save point, I am right before doing the clockwork puzzles in the clock tower. And at this save point, in order to get to the clock tower, you have to run by a ton of zombies, plus Mr. X. Alright? And, I mean, I did it, and I did the clock tower puzzle, but then I ended up taking damage and wasting magnum ammo on Mr. X just because he was going to kill me. So, I could redo that and try to do it better, because my last save, I'm in the main hallway of the precinct, okay? And I basically have to leave the main hallway of the precinct, running through hallways full of zombies, okay? Then, without getting hit, because I have no health and no healing items. Then, I have to get back downstairs into the basement in the garage area, which, by the way, they've now filled it with dogs. The last time I was there, there were like 2 dogs. Now the entire area is full of dogs. Okay, so I have to do all this with no health. I have to get back to the holding cells, open the cells, somehow get the key card with no health, and somehow escape the prison. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm being very honest here. I really don't know how I'm going to do it. So I may have to go back to that save before the clockwork puzzle, try to redo that better so I don't take as much damage or whatever, or at least maybe I have a knife or something, you know what I mean? Like, I have nothing right now. Because I'm in a situation where I don't know, like, it's so tough at this point. I don't know how I can persevere. So we're going to see. I'm going to probably try it a couple times and see if I can do it. And if not, I might have to go back and reload the previous save and go from there and redo some gameplay. You know, and if I have to do it, I have to do it. Okay? There's not much else that can be done. I really feel that even though this game is so tough, I can persevere on hardcore. And the reason I say that is because I beat Resident Evil 0 on hardcore. And if I can go through entire rooms full of hunters with 0 health without getting hit, I mean, it took a million tries, but I got it done. If I can do that in Resident Evil 0, I really feel that I can persevere in this game. I just got to stick with it. You know what I mean? Not get upset, not get frustrated, keep my cool, try different things. You know what I mean? We'll see. We'll see how it goes, but it is tough, man. Especially with Mr. X on hardcore. He is so on your ass constantly. Even when you're not making noise, you might just walk. Because that's what happened. I walked into him by accident. He was just on patrol and walked into me. Like, I wasn't making noise. He wasn't even necessarily on my trail. He was just walking around. And I walked into him. I was like, well, now I'm fucked, you know? It's rough. I'm not... So, we'll see. This is going to be all day today, by the way, guys. So, I'm playing Resident Evil 2 all day today. This first stream is going to be at least 4 hours of gameplay. And then later tonight, another 2 hours of gameplay on the second stream. Now, here's the thing. I know once I'm out of the precinct, I'm almost done with Leon's campaign. Like, if I remember correctly, there's, like, one area after getting out of the garage that you need to do. It's a major area. And then I think you end up in, well, you're going to be in the sewers. And then after that, there's one more area, and then that's it. So it really depends on how many items there are and how well I do. I mean, I may be fine, but, you know, I may get completely screwed over too. I guess we'll see. I may beat Leon's story today. I might. That's a heavy might, depending on how things go, you know, with this hardcore difficulty. Then I will be starting up with Claire. All right, and I don't know, you know, how long. I don't know in this game, because again, this is a game they've changed it. They changed a lot in the game, even though it is the same basic gameplay and a lot of the basic puzzles. All right, they did change a lot. So I'm curious, will I be able to beat Claire within, say, a day or two before Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, or not? You know, will I maybe start it up, say, tomorrow or Monday, and then kind of just have to put it on the back burner to play Kingdom Hearts for a little bit, and then maybe balance the two? Okay, oh, man. So let's see. Let's see how it goes, all right? I am planning on doing a Claire side run. I am. But, you know, I don't know what's going to happen here with Leon's run. Got to get that done first. and then see. Like I said, I do want to do both sides. But it may be a situation where, you know, I have to balance my Claire side run with other stuff. I'm not going to have time to finish it. Okay, I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so that's all day today, Resident Evil. Alright, and then tomorrow will also be Resident Evil, but I'm only doing one gameplay stream tomorrow, because tomorrow night's the end of the month, which means I gotta sit down and do very, very unfun stuff, like pay bills. Wow, how exciting, right? Very exciting. I have to sit down and pay all my month-end bills. Yeah, hilariously fun. So, no fun for me, but I have to do all that shit tomorrow night, so I can't do a second stream, sadly. But I'll be back on Monday with double streams, and more than likely it's going to be Resident Evil. Now, will Monday be all day Resident Evil? I don't know. what I'd like to do, honestly, is I'd like to see how it goes, you know, over the course of the weekend with Resident Evil. And if you guys are still, as of Monday, really excited for more Resident Evil and you want to see me keep going, then I'll do I'll do a full day on Monday. But I'm almost assuming, and I could be wrong, but I'm almost assuming that by Monday, people will be burnt out by Resident Evil and will want me to be doing something else. So if that's the case, then Monday night, I'll probably do a chill stream like Minecraft or something like that, just for variety's sake. So that way we're not getting completely burnt out, okay? And then on Tuesday, it's the premiere Kingdom Hearts 3, which, no surprise, I'll be playing all day long. I'm very excited for it. I know you guys are too. And, you know, we'll do that probably for at least a day, if not 2 days straight of just Kingdom Hearts. Then it's actually going to be Thursday. Thursday, I'm going to be having my day off this week, okay? And then starting on Friday, basically what I'll be doing is balancing the new releases. So balancing Kingdom Hearts with Resident Evil, slipping in some Dark Souls in there, and also slipping in more Minecraft and Black Ops Blackout and stuff like that, okay? So that's what you can expect in the next week. All new stuff. Rage-inducing stuff with Resident Evil, obviously. Some fun JRPG stuff this week with Kingdom Hearts. I'm very excited. I hope you guys are too. What I would like to say is specifically thank you to those who were here on my first stream yesterday. You guys were very generous. It was a very generous stream. People were cheering, subbing, tipping, big time. It was much appreciated. Second stream was kind of slow, but I kind of expected that because I thought so many people came out and were so generous the first stream. That second stream ended up being pretty slow. Plus, I think people are more used to me doing chill streams on the late stream and seeing a crazy difficult Resident Evil run on the second stream, which kind of people were like, oh shit, what's this? They're like not expecting it. You know what I mean? But that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So, all right. So that's the deal, everyone. Thank you very much for a good starting day yesterday. Let's see how today goes in Resident Evil. Hopefully there is progress, even though I know I'm going to die a ton. Hopefully, you know, I can still persevere and keep going. And thanks for everything. So far, so good. All right. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what I do, if you like what I put out here on the internet, you'll like my daily live streams, and the fact that I still upload everything to YouTube, despite the fact that the website regularly screws me over and hides part 1 of popular playthroughs. I mean, if you like all that, and if you would like to see it continue, there are many ways that you could support my efforts to continuously share gameplay with you. The first would be to pledge to my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil, where your monthly pledges earn you personal perks. I won't go into detail, just check it out for yourself at the website. The second would be my Teespring shop, where you can buy all kinds of merchandise, all right? T-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, mugs, fun stuff. Give it a look. Anything you buy helps me out, and you get a cool collectible, all right? The link here is right here in the pre-stream artwork, but I'll give it to you verbally. It's teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. All right. And then, last but certainly not least, if you're here live on the stream and you'd like to contribute during today's stream and get some credit, if you either cheer, sub, or tip during today's stream, I will give you a shout out when I find it's appropriate. The good news is in this game, I can pause the game, unlike Dark Souls, to give you a shout out. So that's a good thing. Yeah, as you can also see, at the top of your screen, we have a stream stats leaderboard, where if you're either the top cheerer or the top tipper for the day, you will get up there and get credit for your contributions, which is awesome. There's a new rule that I've instituted for the leaderboard, that it's first come, first serve, and there's no ties. So what that means is, let's say you're the first person to cheer 50 bits today. Great, your name goes up on the leaderboard as the top cheerer. Now, if someone else cheers 50 bits, that's great. They're still going to get a shout out during the stream, but I'm not going to put them up on the leaderboard because they only tied. You actually need to beat the top cheer on the leaderboard in order to get up on the leaderboard, all right? This is going to avoid all kinds of problems with the leaderboard becoming too long, bloated, and also me just constantly updating it for ties, which a lot of people were doing, just trying to tie and not really beat the top cheer or top tip, okay? So it's all about being first, you know, to do an amount, and it's all about beating that amount if you want to get up on the leaderboard and get your credit. All right, fair enough. Now, there are many ways to support, as I just mentioned. Patreon, Teespring, cheering, subbing, tipping. Right now, the best way that you could support me, guys, is to tip me. We're nearing the end of the month very shortly. I'll be paying my bills for the month. As I just said, tomorrow night I need to do that, but then they all start clearing the first week of February. And so, tips help me out more than anything in the short term, because tips I get right now and I can put them straight towards bills. All right? So please consider tipping me during today's streams. If you really want to help out the most, there's two ways to tip. If you look below the stream, there's a button that says Tips Jar that you can click on. Or if you don't see that button, you can type !tip into the stream chat. That'll bring up a link by which you can click on and get to my PayPal tips page. You can either be anonymous or leave a message. All right? Right now, no one's tipped, so it's wide open for someone to tip and get on the leaderboard as the top tipper for the day. All right? One final thing. Cheer modes. We've had them for a couple weeks now, but a lot of people still aren't aware what they are. It's a way to cheer and have a fun animation appear in your cheer. All right? And it shows up both on the stream and in the stream chat. If you want instructions on how to use them, type in !cheer into the stream chat. That's the command. It'll bring up the actual command functionality of how to do it. But cheer modes are awesome. I hope you guys are liking them. And, you know, things have been pretty good this year so far. Let's keep it going. Fair enough? All right. Let's now get to shout-outs, everyone. Shout-outs. So let's scroll down here, and I'll start doing shout-outs. So we start off with an overnight 200-bit cheer from Infinite55. Thank you very much, Infinite, for the 200-bit cheer. It is much appreciated. Thank you very much for that, Infinite. Then, as the stream started today, Uzi Gohard did a 50-bit cheer and said, "Sup, brother." What is up, Uzi Gohard? Or Uzi Gohard. Then Hardy Buck cheers says, "Remember what you said? Remember when you said you never rage quit in the entirety of your existence? That was funny." It was funny, and the reason it was funny is because people took it completely out of context in order to try to make me a liar, when in reality I was being truthful. What I said was that I had never rage quit in the entirety of my existence in regards to fighting games, because the whole discussion was around me apparently being a rage quitter in Street Fighter. But people took it out of context to say I had never quit playing a game ever, which was completely false, and I had never said that. And then they basically tried to make montages of me quitting games and everything and say, "Oh, see, Phil's a liar." That's called people being pieces of shit, to literally take something out of context and make me sound like I'm saying one thing when I'm not. The entire discussion was in regards to me rage quitting in Street Fighter, which I had never done. I even have video evidence of how many thousands of matches of me playing Street Fighter, and even though a connection was terrible, or I was raging at how bad it was, I never rage quit. So, yeah. It was pretty funny. I completely agree with you, Hardy Buck, because people were idiots and moronically watched videos of people taking it out of context of the conversation, thinking that I was a liar when in reality I wasn't, but people are that gullible and stupid. So that's all I have to say about that. All right, Timbo Slice cheered. He says, "Who wins the Super Bowl next Sunday? The up-and-coming LA Rams or the old man group, Tom and the Pats?" I don't really know or care. I don't know. I mean, obviously the Pats are kind of like the Yankees of American football. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the Yankees are the biggest baseball team because of money. They have the most money to have the biggest budget to buy the best players, and therefore they've become a dynasty where they just kind of can win every year, or they're in the top every year. They haven't actually won it recently, but they're always kind of up there. The Pats are kind of the same deal now, where they're a dynasty where they keep going to the Super Bowl. And at this point, I think people are tired of it. Either you're like a fan of the Pats and you love it, or everyone else hates it. They're tired of seeing this fucking same team every year. So, I guess we'll see what happens. In regards to, you know, the Patriots and the Rams. But I think a lot of people are rooting for the Rams as the underdogs. They want to see the Rams win. So, Timbo Slice did a 100-bit cheer, and he says, "Most YouTube channels are having issues with all week with notifications not working right. How can a company big as Google have so many issues? I guess all the workers just sit in the play area at the Google HQ all day and let robots run the company." In reality, that's not too far from the truth. Even though I'm sure that they do a lot of work, they're not really held accountable when their stuff doesn't work. I've seen the 5 billion times when things went wrong, yet somehow they keep going wrong because the same people are in charge, right? You've never heard, "Oh, there's a big internal shift at YouTube because something went so wrong at YouTube and YouTube lost so much ad revenue. And because copyright is so rampant and abusable at YouTube, there's a big shift and all the management's been shuffled around and all the employees are different." No, it's never happened. So apparently onto YouTube, even though their website constantly doesn't work, even though their website constantly violates tons of laws, that's okay. They could just keep going on because they're a monopoly. And that's the truth, is that YouTube is a monopoly. They have the monopoly on on-demand video sharing on the internet. No one has been able to step up and compete with them. And so when shit like this happens, you know, we all have to put up with it. And it sucks ass, and it's unfair. But if you want to be a content creator on the internet, you have to put up with whoever is going to host your content. Right now, that's YouTube. So it looks like we all just have to put up with it. All right. All right. So Hardy Buck cheered again. He said, ever had an incident with a troll, not in chat, but in public? No, never. Not a single time. Nope. And, you know, I've been to conventions and stuff. The thing is, the conventions that I went to, mostly people going there were fans who wanted to meet me. I'm sure there were some trolls, but they never bothered me in real life. And, you know, outside of that, it's very simple. People who want to troll on the internet want to do it because they can anonymously do it and get away with it, and there's no consequence. If trolls had an actual risk of something going bad for them because of what they were doing, they wouldn't do it. It's that simple, you know? No one's going to come up and do something to you in real life when in reality they could either, number one, get their ass beat, or number two, go to jail for what they're doing. You know what I mean? No one's going to fucking put up with that, and they're not going to do it. What they want to do is sit behind their keyboard or their phone and do it anonymously so that they can get away with it, and there's zero repercussions for what they do, yet they know that they have concretely hurt you through their actions over the internet. You know? That's what constitutes a troll in reality. Or else after that, you're not a troll, you're actually a criminal. Actually walking up to someone and verbally abusing them to their face or hitting them or whatever is illegal. You can't do it. So, that's what I'm saying. Like, they're internet tough guys. Exactly. Internet tough guys. But they're never going to do anything in person because they know better. They don't want to go to jail. You know what I mean? They're not going to risk their own personal livelihood for the sake of trying to get someone's goat. You know, but they'll do it over the internet completely safe. So, all right. Atlas Televan just did a 200-bit cheer and says, sorry I missed Ask the King live, but I saw it on YouTube. It was a good one. This Resident Evil game brings back memories. Yeah, let me tell you, I mean, it is very nostalgic because it's the same plot line, right, as the previous games. It's not like it's changed. The intro is very different. You're not in the city running into like a weapon shop anymore. Instead, you're at a gas station, and you run into Claire in a completely different way than you did in the original game. And you kind of have way more interactions with her than you did in the original game. In the original game, your plot lines were basically just barely glossing over each other, right? And in this game, it's kind of the opposite where I guess the plots are kind of intertwined. I don't know because I haven't played Claire's side yet, so I don't know yet. But, you know, that's what it seems like. So I guess we'll see, you know, when I finally get to Claire. But, you know, it does bring back memories. It's very nostalgic. Although at the same time, the game is pretty tough. You know, like I said, playing on hardcore, it is what it is. But some people are like, oh man, this brings back memories. Other people are like, this is fucking crazy. It's too hard. You know, it's actually way harder than the original game. Which I don't know. I never played the original game on a harder difficulty, so I wouldn't even know that. Alright, well anyway, continuing on. Thank you, Atlas Telemann. You were the top cheerer, except that Uzi Go Hard did a 300-bit cheer and asked, does Claire turn you on in this game? No. Virtual characters that don't exist don't turn me on. And I have a very beautiful girlfriend who lives with me, who I enjoy sharing my life with. And I have noticed, you know, I have no lustful, crazy feelings over virtual characters. It's so stupid, you know. If I were a teenager, maybe I would say, oh my god. But no, she's a virtual character, okay? Relax. Alright, so, Uzi Gohard is actually the top cheerer of the day. Hold on, let me get him up on the leaderboard here. Okay. 300 bits. Very nice. Okay, Pidaris just did a 50-bit cheer and says, you keeping your cool is the equivalent of your haters leaving you alone. Well, the thing is, there's a difference between raging and keeping your cool. You can rage, but still keep your cool. Meaning, you can rage but still persevere because you can hunker down and actually still play well and or just get lucky. When you lose your cool, basically everything falls apart. You can't play anymore. You're fucking gonna rip stuff apart, throw stuff, swear, and you can't play the game. You're just making stupid mistakes. And that's what I hope not to do, okay? All right, Dooley has done a 200-bit cheer and says, have a nice stream, Phil. Nice to see you're playing hardcore. Looks really tough but interesting to watch. Yeah, a few people actually messaged me overnight on Twitter, and they were like, Phil, thank you for playing hardcore. Honestly, because if you didn't, you know, the game probably would have ended up being pretty boring because you're playing on hardcore. It seems like true survival horror now. Like, wow, you really have to dodge every enemy. Every single enemy is a threat. It's not like every enemy is easily taken down with a couple bullets. And, you know, now I got to the Mr. X part of the game. They're like, wow, this is crazy. You're after your ass constantly. People seem to be really enjoying the fact that I'm playing on the harder difficulty. Okay? You know, I wonder if I had played on regular difficulty if it would have been too easy. I don't know. The ink ribbon mechanic, it's a little annoying, but it hasn't hangered me down too much. Like, I still have an ink ribbon. I still am able to save as much as I need. It's not like I keep running out or anything like that. Like, there was only one part in the game where I didn't have one. But I seem to be finding them, you know, with enough space between segments of the game that I'm okay. You know what I mean? So I guess we'll see, you know, what happens. But so far, the hardcore has been incredibly challenging, but at the same time, people really seem to like it, so I guess it works out, right? Hardy Buck cheers. Someone sent me a letter calling me every name under the sun. Remind me of the time someone sent your parents a letter. What did it say? It said stupid shit. And my parents hilariously laughed at it. You know? But I give you one hint of what it said. Because my dad laughed so hard. Okay? Here's the truth. He said, one thing that apparently someone wrote in a letter to my parents was, are you aware? This was recent, by the way. This is actually a recent thing that happened. They said, are you aware that Phil is saying that he wants to visit you in 2019? This was in 2018, by the way. Are you aware that Phil wants to visit you in 2019? And he's basically saying that your health is bad, and he's using that as, like, you know, a way to get sympathy with his viewers or something, right? Even though I've told you guys, any trip that I make to see my parents this year will not be anything that you guys funded whatsoever. Zero. My parents have already said they're going to help me with that, and they're going to take care of it. It has nothing to do. They know my situation financially. They're not going to make me pay for anything. You know, they'll take care of that. So anything that you guys contribute directly contributes to my streams and my taxes and my stuff, not to that. All right. And I've already said that up front. But someone actually contacted my dad and was like, are you aware that Phil is using your health as like a thing for sympathy? And my dad actually said to me on the phone, he's like, well, it's true. He's like, we are in bad health. We want you to come visit us. So how does this guy think that this would, like, piss me off or whatever? This is absolutely 100% true. The situation is that we're not in very good health. We want you to come visit us, you know, and we want to meet Kat, and we don't understand what... He was like, I don't even understand what the purpose of this idiot was contacting me. He's like, I wish, you know... And I was like, Dad, just relax. There's no point in even getting worked up about it. It's obviously an idiot. It's not like this person has, like, intelligent thought in their fucking head and would understand what they were trying to do. Apparently, they think I'm a liar. You know, they think I'm a liar and I made this up so that if you were contacted about this, that you'd be shocked that I would be saying stuff like this when in reality, it's actually true. Okay? But that's the deal. It's just so stupid, you know? So dumb. But anyway, you know, the bottom line is my dad laughs all that shit off. There's been things over the years. That's certainly not the only case. There's been many things over the years that have happened, and he laughs it all off. The thing is, he knows everything. I tell my parents everything. I call them once a week. I inform them of everything that's going on in my life. If there's anything that ever happens on YouTube or Twitch, I tell them. If there's something that happens behind the scenes financially, I tell them. I tell them how things are going with me and Kat. They know everything. I actually keep very well in contact with them. So when people try to do stupid shit like that, so, I'm going to go behind Phil's back. I'm going to tell Phil's parents what's really going on. They already know. Stupid. All right. So anyway, let's continue. Padaris cheers and enjoy the Royal Rumble on Sunday. Hopefully you will multitask between the Bills and that. Yeah, well, I can't. You know, I don't have any of that stuff in my office to watch or anything. So I'll probably be in my office for many hours paying bills and doing stupid shit. And then if I have some time to finally get it all done, then I'll probably go and try to watch the Royal Rumble. I doubt I'll be able to watch the whole thing, but we'll see. Hardy Buck cheered again. He says, thoughts on a guy in Florida who threw an alligator through the McDonald's drive-through window? I don't really have... What kind of thoughts should I have on that? So, I don't know. All right. Eternal Napalm did a 300-bit cheer. So, technically, Eternal Napalm is tied for top cheer. However, as I've said, the new rule is that I'm not putting ties on the leaderboard, so I apologize, everyone, but Eternal Napalm will not get up there. Someone has to beat 300 bits to get up on the leaderboard, okay? So Eternal Napalm did a 300-bit cheer. Thank you very much for that. And he says, with the development of Metroid Prime 4 having been reset and being made by the original devs, you have more time to get caught up. Metroid Prime 2 echoes as the Dark Souls of Metroid games. Okay, then. Yeah, I did hear about this, that Metroid Prime 4 was in development, but now it's been started over completely because they didn't like how the game was at this point. So I guess they got the original team who made the original games working on it now. In my opinion, if you really want my opinion, I don't think it should be called Metroid Prime 4. I think they should just make a new series. Because if the game's really good, then why not just restart it? You know what I mean? Like, make a new one completely and make a new line of games that are Metroid. I mean, it's been so long since Metroid Prime 3. Why are we doing 4? You know what I mean? I think they should just rename it and make it a new series of Metroid games at this point. Since now it's going to now take so long to come out, I think that's what they should do. Rebrand it as something new rather than old, but that's just my opinion, I guess. All right, anyway. Goldry Bluzko has done a 350-bit cheer. All right. So, he is now the top cheer of the day. Let's go ahead and get them up on the leaderboard here. Goldry Bluzko. Pretty hard to spell that name, but I got it right this time, I think. All right. Thank you very much, Goldry Bluzko, for the current top cheer of the day. I got a burp coming, excuse me. Oh, I felt it coming. All right. Eternal Napalm did another 100-bit cheer. It says, what's up with these detractor memes? These idiots come up with the dumbest shit. They don't even make any sense. Yeah, I agree. They do it for... That's what I mean, like... At some point, a meme becomes a meme just because everyone knows it, rather than it making sense or actually being funny. I know that. Therefore, it's popular. I must be part of something popular. So it is now a meme. I would say that it was a meme to hate on me on YouTube with This Is How You Don't Play. You know? And that, thank God This Is How You Don't Play is dead now. No one cares about it anymore. But, you know, we're talking from the years of 2012 when it started through like 2015, 2016. This Is How You Don't Play was so huge on YouTube. And it was a meme to hate on Phil because of This Is How You Don't Play. It wasn't even like you have a legitimate reason. Oh, I just hate on Darkside Phil. You know? So it is what it is, I guess. Lucifer Soul just tipped me $25. Thank you very much, Lucifer Soul. He says, how are you? I'm good, although I'm worried. You know, I'm good, but I'm worried about today, about how things are going to go in Resident Evil 2. I am seriously hoping that I can persevere. But I get the feeling I'm going to fail a ton and die a ton. Which is okay, as long as people can be patient and understand it may take me a while, you know, to get through parts of the game. So we'll see how it goes. But thank you very much for the first tip of the day. All right. Very much. Thank you, Likes for Soul. And it's a generous tip as well. So thank you very much. That Rich Democrat. Today, 333-bit cheer. He said, breaking news, Bernie Sanders is running in 2020. I think we all knew that was going to probably happen anyway, so it's not really breaking news. But there you go. Atlas Telemon did a 1,000-bit cheer. And says, thank you for 10 years of gaming and fun. Atlas Telemon has dropped the cheer bomb, boom, and unseated everyone so far with a 1,000-bit cheer. Thank you, Atlas. So I would say, just as much as you say, oh, thank you for 10 years of gaming and fun, thank you for 10 years of support. Because if it weren't for viewers who were very generous and contributing, and not only, I'm not even saying financially, I'm saying in other ways, you know, with feedback and all kinds of stuff. If it weren't for you, the viewers, sticking by me through thick and thin, I wouldn't be here, you know. It's funny because just recently we've been talking about so many things that either I've been associated with or have run kind of parallel to me that have ended, you know. The Creatures, they're gone. Machinima is dead. Two best friends play is gone. All these things have ended. I'm still here. And the only reason is because of you. You guys are just as determined and just as stubborn, I guess, as me to make sure that my kind of content and my kind of streaming and fun sticks around. You know? So thank you very much for all of that, for all of the support. I really do appreciate it. And thank you to Atlas for that top cheer of the day, but also thanks to all of you for being here, for hanging out with me every day. You know, it's just as much your victory as it is mine that we're still here after 10 years and still going strong. Okay? Just being honest here. All right, let's see here. Hold on. Shout out to Mock Writer, who did a 100-bit cheer and said, $100 on a copy of Kingdom Hearts 3, says, this video will show you rage quitting somehow. And he says, by the way, what do you think about defunding Planned Parenthood and other politics? I don't. This is not a political stream, and we're not going to talk about that. Hardy Buck cheered. He says, while we're on remakes, what's the one remake you wish for? The one remake I actually wish for. A game to be completely remade. I would say Chrono Trigger. I would love to see Chrono Trigger be remade with modernized graphics, modernized gameplay mechanics, because that combat engine in Chrono Trigger is really good with co-op attacks and stuff. So I would like to see that more modernized. I would like to see new plot. I would like to see a ton. Like, that game is long as hell. I would love to see even more. Chrono Trigger. I want it back. I want it back with modernized graphics and everything good. I want it. All right? I don't want a port to the Game Boy Advance. I want a modernized game with like Resident Evil 2. That's what I want. That's exactly what I want. There you go. Okay. Shout out to Goldry Bluzco, who did a 1001-bit cheer. And he says, practice does not make perfect. Only perfect practice makes perfect. Okay. So, let's get Goldry Bluzco up there. Guess what? Goldry Bluzco is now the top cheerer again. I did not expect that. I thought Atlas Telemon would be the top cheerer all day, but guess what? Looks like we got some competition, so. So that's 1001 bits. Thank you very much, Goldry Bluzco, for top cheer and that support. Very much appreciated. Let's see here. Arcade USA did a 100-bit cheer. He says, you'll persevere at Resident Evil 2. You managed to beat Resident Evil 0 on hard. Even I couldn't accomplish that. And yes, I did try. By the way, it's Aircade, not A-Arcade. Oh, okay. It's pronounced Aircade. Thank you, Aircade USA. Appreciate that. I apologize because more than likely, you probably have a capital letter in your name, and I can't see it. In Muxy, it actually gets rid of all the capitals, so it's very hard for me to even tell how to say names. So, shout out to Pirio Niku, who cheers and did you play the original Resident Evil 2 for YouTube, and is it pretty much the same as this, but updated graphics? Yes, I did. I believe it was, I want to say it was 2015, because that year I played a lot of the retro Resident Evils, and I did a full playthrough of both sides run, and I really enjoyed it. And the main plot of the game is the same. Some of the puzzles are the same, some are not. Definitely the gameplay mechanics are changed. Like, I know for a fact some of the, the combat's completely different, and like I said, some of the puzzles definitely are different or edited to be different. The whole intro is different. The gas station in this game, the intro, doesn't exist in the original game. In the original game, you're just driving into the city, and the truck blows up, and then you end up being in the middle of the city, stranded, and you have to run around to a couple buildings. I remember you run into a gun shop, and a guy is there, fighting zombies and stuff. And that's not even in this game at all. In this game, you're at a gas station, and then you're immediately heading to the police station. So it's a little different in that regard. I just heard a bird outside, which is weird. A bird in January? Okay. So thank you, Pirio Niku, for the cheer. Hardy Buck cheered. He says, would you like to have a child? Give him a Wolverine toy, and it will all come full circle. There you go. A reference to an Ask the King from like 7 years ago that the detractors still reference regularly because they're idiots. No plans for any children. And then Atlas Telemon just did a 1002-bit cheer. Wow, so he just beat Goldry Bluzco again. I told you guys, we got a pretty big competition here. I'm very surprised, but thank you, Atlas. So he is the current cheerleader again. He says, Dan Madness. That's 1,002 bits. Very nice. Thank you, Atlas, for the very generous cheering today. Of course, thank you to Goldry Bluzco and everyone else as well. But it was Atlas and Goldry here going back and forth in a cheer war for the last few minutes. And thank you. Now Atlas is the top. Wait a minute. Eternal Napalm just did an 1,100-bit cheer. Eternal Napalm just did an 1,100-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Eternal Napalm. Now you're the top cheerer of the day. Let me get you up there on the leaderboard. However, I just want to remind you that we are using cheer motes now. So maybe you guys, I know you're doing some pretty big, generous cheers here. You might want to use the new cheer motes to see the cool animation. So just throwing that out there. I know you don't have to, but I'm just saying it's a suggestion. If you want to see that cool animation that's there, you might want to do it, okay? Let's see here. That rich Democrat cheers says if people are contacting your parents, that's actual harassment and they could get in trouble. Of course it is, but they don't care because, of course, they do it anonymously. That's what I mean. These people would not actually do this stuff if they were going to get in trouble for it. That they only do it because they know they can get away with it by doing it anonymously. That's why they do it to begin with. All right. So, thank you everyone for your contributions on pre-stream. First of all, let's check sub count. I think we may have dipped, sadly, because I don't think we had any new subs. We did go down by a couple. No, we went up. We actually went up. Okay, never mind. I was going to be all negative here. We actually went up one sub. We're up to 502, so thanks, guys. Thank you to Eternal Napalm for the top cheer, 1,100 bits, and thank you to Lice for Soul for the top tip of $25, the only tip so far today. Reminder, guys, the best way to help right now is to tip me, because in the short term, I got bills coming up, and the tips will help with that, but anything is appreciated. Uzi Go Hard just did a 501-bit cheer. It says, top cheer means nothing. I'm the cheerleader now. Well, Uzi Go Hard, sadly, you are not. However, you are the cheerleader for the week. So Uzi Go Hard actually basically tried to do, he said, oh, I can't, I'm not going to be cheerleader for today, but I'll be cheerleader for the week. And he is. He actually has done more cheering than anyone else this week. So congratulations to Uzi Go Hard with that cheer. Became the top overall cheerer of the week. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, then. All right, everybody. So, sorry here. So, I think that's it. Thank you very much, everyone, for your support on pre-stream. I think it's now time to end the pre-stream and to actually begin with grueling gameplay of Resident Evil 2. Okay? Thank you. And let's begin. Here we go. All right. Zara.